some of you Proverb 31 women that are freshly or have been divorced and just got back into dating or being involved. Dating is not what it was during our time, because I'll be 50 next month, depending on your age. Dating is different. See, when you're newly divorced or freshly divorced, or you've been divorced and you haven't been involved, you kind of get it twisted. You come in relationships with wifey energy. You come in situationships with wifey energy. You know, you're nurturing, you're loving, you're kind, you're caring, you're loving him, you're loving his kids, whatever he needs, whatever you think that he needs. You are willing to give. You are willing to give so much of yourself. You're willing to be his everything. You know, you're willing to wait and be patient for him. But what we don't understand, and that's true Proverbs 31 women, that we're no longer married. We are single. And we are just dating someone or spending time with someone. They don't get that. You don't give that. Sometimes you have to retract what you're doing and pay attention, because you could be giving somebody wifey energy, wifey love, patience, celibacy. You can be giving them everything. And you can be molding yourself to please them, when in actuality, you're not receiving a ring. You're not receiving a proposal. You're not receiving a relationship. You're not receiving the same that you're giving. And you have to be careful, because the love and kindness that you bring as that type of woman, you'll be on a roller coaster ride. There'll be highs and lows, you know, and a man would get confused when he's with a good woman. You know, he'll start thinking like, you know what, this is a good woman, and da-da-da-da-da. Y'all just filling the dots, because if you that woman, you know what the dots is. And then it'll retract. Well, I'm not ready for a relationship, or I'm not ready for this, I'm not ready for that, or you're not the person for me. Sometimes we got to pay attention. We cannot always be placemats. Placemats, sitting in a place as a doormat, as something to be walked all over, because we have not grasped the fact that we are no longer married. We have not grasped the fact that we are single, because God instilled goodness within us. So I want to speak to all you Proverbs 31 women that are divorced. I was pretty much with the same person basically for 17 years. And before that, my older children's father, which is presently deceased, 9 years. So those were long periods of time to be placed in a situation as a wife. It's not that you don't understand. It's your values. It's what's in you. It's your standards. And you just don't understand that this new dating era is not dating your husband. You're not dating your fiance. You're not dating someone committed. You are just hanging out. Remember, sex isn't love. Talking to someone all night on the phone isn't love. Thinking about somebody all day, well, that is kind of love, but still. A lot of things that we do and a lot of things that we think is not love. How you rush when you see his number across the screen to respond to his text messages or his calls immediately. Don't set yourself up for failure, ladies. I'm telling you this from the heart. Do not set yourself up for failure. Whenever you're hanging out with somebody and spending time with them, handle it accordingly. If you're going out with a guy, let him pay. Let his ass pay for the date. That's what Proverbs 31 women don't understand. They want to be fair. They want to be just. They are still being wives. Y'all, we got to understand that we are no longer married. We are single. Until somebody sits down and say, hey, I want to be involved with you. I want to build a relationship with you. Not we're in a relationship one day and then the next month or so we're not in a relationship. No. When somebody is fully committed and understands and desires you totally, think about you, can't wait to talk to you, and they give you that energy and they give you their word. But don't hold on to the word, y'all. But we got to stop putting out wifey energy. We got to stop being wives to men that we're not married to. I'm sorry, ladies, but I got to put it out there. Because like I said, I was married to one person for 9 years and the next I was with for 17 years. So I don't know any other way other than to be submissive, to be a wife, to be patient, to be loving, to be caring, to be nurturing, to be kind, to be understanding, to be healing, to heal with your partner, to be willing to help him with business ideas, goals, anything that you would think that he may want or need. And it's hard to get out of that state of mind because you are a good woman. So don't ever feel that you're a bad woman or something's wrong with you because of the state of mind that you're in. Everybody's not ready. Everybody's not ready. So sometimes you have to just make sure you keep your mind, heart, soul, keep everything open. You know, just, you can love who you're with, and if God turns it around and he changes that person's mind or he puts in that person's heart to be that person for you, fine. But other than that, just know that the world is centered around dating, and people are not the same as they were during our era, or those married women during the time that you found your husband. So let's be patient. Let's wait on God. Let's allow God to give us the right thing. You know, that's all I can tell you. I'm just giving you guys some advice. This is advice, real advice coming from me. I'm not a therapist. So this isn't like I'm being your therapist or I'm telling you, hey, this is going to work or that's going to work. No, I'm just telling you about experiences. That's just like me saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you how I feel. I'm just giving you advice. You can take it or leave it. But remember, all those true Proverbs 31 women that have been divorced, that have been in marriages and situations. I know if you've been in a situation or a marriage well over 10 years, you done been programmed, especially if you've been a wife. And I mean, we got common law wives. You're programmed to be a wife. You're programmed to think and act a certain way. So I'm just trying to save y'all from the heartache and the pain and the sadness and the confusion and the misunderstandings that may come out of not understanding your place in someone's life. I love you all.